In this video, we're going to see a bunch of examples of how to divide by a fraction. So you can remember that dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So in the first example, we're dividing by 2 over 3. So that's going to be the same as multiplying by 3 over 2. So now we just multiply straight across. So on the top we have 3, and then on the bottom 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer is 3/4. For the next example, it looks like one giant fraction, but in fact it's the same as dividing by 1/5. So we can write it this way as well, and it's the same thing. We just have a division symbol in this one and a divisor bar in the other one. So no matter which format we have, we're going to solve it by multiplying by 5 over 1. And multiplying straight across now, we get negative 15 over 4. So let's look at the third example. We have x over y divided by a over b. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of a over b, which is b over a. And that gives us, on the top, x times b is the same as xb. And on the bottom, y times a is ya. If you think you're getting the hang of it, now's a good time to pause the video, try some of the other problems, and then come back and see which ones you got right. So let's look at the next problem. In this one, we're dividing by negative 3/5. So we're going to take negative 1 over 7 and multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5 over negative 3. And on the top, we're going to get negative 5, and on the bottom, negative 21. And since we have a negative over a negative, that becomes 5 over 21. So the next example, we're dividing by negative 1/3, but this time we have a whole number that's being divided, not a fraction. But we're going to treat it the same way. So we're going to say 4 times the reciprocal, which is 3 over negative 1. And anytime we multiply a whole number by a fraction, we know that we can always put the whole number over a denominator of 1, and that makes it easier to multiply across. So now we can easily see that we have 12 on top and 1 times negative 1 on the bottom. And of course, 12 divided by negative 1, we know is negative 12. This next one looks a lot more messy with variables in it, but we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did. We're dividing by 5y over 2z. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 2z over 5y. And just like in the last problem, since 3x is not a fraction, we can easily make it a fraction by putting it over 1. And so now we can just multiply across. So on the top, we're going to get 6xz, and on the bottom, 5y times 1 is 5y. So the last two look really messy, but we're going to see that they're just as easy as the ones we've done already. So in this one, we're dividing by 2 over y minus 7. So we're going to start by rewriting the first fraction. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 2 over y minus 7. So we have times y minus 7 over 2. So we just multiply straight across, and I'm going to write on the second line here. So we have 4 plus x times y minus 7 on the top, and then on the bottom, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And this could be the answer for this problem. The top, though, could also be multiplied out, and to do that, since we have two binomials, we would use the FOIL method. And if you don't remember what that is, I do have a couple of videos on how to FOIL. So we're going to multiply the first two terms, 4 times y, so we get 4y, and then the outside terms, 4 times negative 7, so that's minus 28. The inside terms, x times y, so we have plus xy. And then the last terms, so x times negative 7, so negative 7x. And this would all still be over negative 6. And this would be another way of showing the answer, and both of these are equivalent. So now we'll look at the last problem. And here we're dividing by negative 4 over a plus b. So that means we're going to multiply by a plus b over negative 4. So we're going to multiply across. We have negative 3 times a plus b, and then times a plus b. And on the bottom, 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Now on the top, again, we have two binomials, so we could use the FOIL method to show the expanded answer, or we could also say that that's the same as negative 3 times a plus b squared, because this a plus b times a plus b is a plus b squared. So negative 3 a plus b squared over negative 20. And that would be a great way to show the answer. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to be making more videos every week. So if there's anything specific that you would like to see, let me know in the comments.